Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. I am so pleased that you're able to join me this Thursday morning, August 29th, 2024, here at Forex Smart Trade. Our goal is to help you become the best version of yourself, and we do that by teaching you how to currency trade using our simple but highly accurate proprietary trading indicators. And my goal this morning is to show you one of the dozen different trade strategies that we have to show you how simple and accurate they are. So with that, let's jump right in and see what we've got going. We first need to listen to this guy.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we are big advocates of constant coaching. You get better by being coached. All the greats, even though they're good at what they do, they have a coach that helps them continuously stay at the top of their game. And we provide the one-on-one personalized coaching, which we found is the best way to get new people from point A to point B, where we act as your guide. But then we are constantly coaching after that with group trading sessions. And one of the things we do is these live trade sessions where you get to see an experienced trader walk through their process for identifying profitable trades. I do 3 trades a week, Tuesday and Thursday morning at 6:30, Monday afternoon at 3:30, and on Wednesday I am thinking about adding a office hours section where rather than take a trade, I will be available to take questions, and we may start that next week or the week after. When you become a regular member, every morning they do a live trade. Every afternoon they do a live trade. And you can see there's lots of other training sessions. So training's important. We do a lot of it. We do it all the time, continuous. And we're so confident in how well we can do it, or how well we can educate you, that we'll let you trade with our money once you've been trained. I like to work off of a checklist that helps me stay focused. When I start every day, I like to refresh my green chart. It keeps the memory fast and picks up any updates they might have done. The end of every day, I like to take a few minutes to go back and take a look at what trades didn't go the way I thought. On Tuesday's trade that closed profitably. In fact, I guess it closed when right as we signed off. two of last night's overnight trades closed profitably. The pound yen that closed before the hour, actually, and the Euro USD, the Bitcoin didn't quite move far enough in the other direction. It was out of the money this morning, so I closed it. If you haven't closed it yet, I would close it now. We are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action versus trading on the news. However, we still want to know what the news is so that we can trade around it. And I like to see what news is coming up by going to forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into three categories. The yellow, which are low impact, we ignore those. The orange, which are medium impact, I tend to ignore those, but some people will pay attention. And the red, which are high impact, which are things that are expected to cause a move in the market. And this morning at 8:30, we've got unemployment claims and preliminary gross domestic product. So I generally don't like to trade within a 2-hour window of this news announcement because this stuff leaks out before the official announcement and starts to cause the market to move. And by the time the indicator catches up to it, the news has caused it to move. So rather than get stuck, we just don't trade it. It'll be curious on the unemployment claims. A week ago, they had to revise the number of new jobs by almost 1 million, which is the largest adjustment in maybe 10, 20 years. And everybody, like the Fed, bases their decisions based on what these numbers are telling them. So when the numbers are so far off, garbage in, garbage out. So we will see what we will see. So with that, let's jump in. We won't trade the USD this morning, but we will walk through USD pairs. Just part of what I want to do is show you what a good setup looks like, so that when you see it, you can identify it and trade off of it. Chart we're trading off of is the light 6 major. It's one of the standard charts. The strategy I am using is something called we'll be using this morning is something called the 10-point 10-point trade. I like to take it off of a 1-hour chart. On a 1-hour chart, trades are worth anywhere usually from 10 to 35 pips. They're expected to close in 1 to 3 hours. And my sweet spot is if I can carve 11 pips out of that, I'm happy. And if I do that 3 times a day, I'm having a terrific day. So I tend to be a little more picky in the setups that I take because I only need a couple of them to make some money. So there are 3 parts to the chart: the middle section, which is the majors and minors; the top section, which is the TNTs; and the bottom section, which is the pressure. And basically what I'm looking for is to get all the lines from all 3 sections to agree. And when I do that, I've got a good trade. The red and green, I start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. Red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. Horizontal blue line is the overbought line. Horizontal red is the oversold line. And I am looking for situations where we are overbought and the lines are coming down, or oversold and the lines are going up. So here we're overbought. We've been overbought for 7 hours. All the lines are going down. And I have what is called the double cross, where the red line is crossed on top of the green line, and the black line is crossed on top of the gray line. What I don't like here, one, I don't like that we've been hanging out overbought for an hour. I prefer a situation where we've moved through the channel, come down, and are starting to go back up. But two, this is a red flag to me that we've been overbought for a long time. The other thing I don't like is the slope of the green line is a little less than I'd like. It's a little less than 45 degrees. I like it to be a little greater than 45 degrees. So that's why I would pass on this. If I don't see what I like here, I don't need to look at the other parts of the chart. Euro USD oversold. Everybody's sideways. Pound USD, we're 3/4 of the way through the channel. Minors are going down, or majors are going down. Minors are sideways. Dollar Canadian dollar oversold, and everybody's going down. It looks like we're hitting a resistance line here. You see how all the candle bases are kind of at the same spot. Dollar Swiss franc, we started to enter the channel and then it went going sideways, nothing there. So technically everybody's going down here on this dollar Swiss franc, but just barely. The slope of the green line I don't like, and I generally don't like trades where we've got a kink in the green line and it's going from more steep to less steep. So here we were going, the line is steeper here and less steep here. When that happens, it usually means the move's running out of gas, like an electric car. And we don't want to get stuck. Dollar yen, we're just reaching oversold. Everybody's still going down. I've cloned this chart. We've got 6 other currency pairs that are non-USD based. Here we got the euro pound oversold. Everybody's going up. I've got the double cross. I've got the I like the steepness on the green line. It's greater than 45 degrees. I like that there's a little kink in the line. We're going from less steep to more steep. So I've got all 3 elements that I'm looking for here. When I jump up to the TNTs, I'm going to count how many lines are supporting what I am seeing. So the 2 orange lines, the thin orange and the thick orange, are both going up. The 2 blue lines, thick blue and dotted blue, are going down. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue goes down, that means buy. So all 4 are telling me buy. I want to have at least 3 telling me buy. So we pass the second part of the test. Third part of the test is the pressure. And I want these lines either going up, and they're not, or I want the green line above the red line, and it is. It's crossed over. So 1 point here, 3 points here, and 4 points here. So I've got 8 points. When I see the 8 points, I want to confirm it. I want to be extra special sure that I'm going to get the move that I'm looking for. And the way I do that is I take a look at the 2 and the 4 hour chart. So here's the chart we were just looking at. 1 hour chart on the euro pound. So everything looks good here, still looks good. On the 2 hour chart, I want to see that the majors are oversold. And on the 2 hour chart, they are oversold. And in fact, they've started to turn up. They don't need to have turned up, but I just want them oversold. And basically, I want the same thing on the 4 hour chart, that we're oversold. And the majors are just reaching oversold. The red line's touching the horizontal red line, and the green line is down here. These are still going down. That's okay. And the reason I want these 2 oversold is that if this weakens on the 1 hour chart, we'll still pick the trade up off of the 2-hour chart. It's just going to take longer to happen. On a 2-hour chart, a trade's going to take anywhere from 2 to 6 hours to go from up here to down here. And on a 4-hour chart, it's going to take anywhere from 4 hours to 12 hours. So you can see overbought, and then 4 hours, 8 hours to go from kind of top to bottom. So it just takes longer. But the idea is that I'm not going to lose money. It's just going to take longer to execute. Instead of 1 to 3 hours, it might take 6 hours or even a half a day. So I like this. This is good. When I see this, then I need to, on some of our trades, that they've got a formula to them that if you see A, B, and C, it's worth 5 pips or 3 pips or 8 pips. In this case, I need to figure out what the pips are worth. And I figure out what the pips are worth by going to a clean chart and dropping in some support and resistance. If you can see, I've already kind of done that here. Support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. So right in here, right in here, in here, in here, in here, and below it, we've got some stopping in here. And you can see some more stopping in here, how it's bouncing off of these lines. These lines then become the kind of the natural boundary, which I'm going to trade within. So I'm going to trade within the support and the resistance line and take whatever it's giving me within those two lines. So you can see that here we're trading into a downtrend. So I'm taking a buy trade into a downtrend. So I want to be careful how many pips I take because I don't want to get stuck with it continuing to go down. And so what I want to know is how much room I have on each side of these lines. So I will drop I can measure to the line, which in this case is 9 pips up. And 9 pips down. Usually I don't like to take a trade for less than 11 pips, but I think we could probably carve out. So I'm not going to go to the line, but I think we can carve out, say, 7 pips out of this. 7 pips. So in your simulator, you can take a buy for 7 pips. And I'm going to bring up my MetaTrader 4. This is a demo account. And first I'm going to go to Euro Pound. Euro Pound is right here. I am going to go to New Order. My lot size is the function of how much I have in the account. This is a demo account. It's got 10,000 in it. I am going to go move the decimal place over 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1.01, I can take anywhere from half of that to double it. I'm going to just go with the 1.0, which is basically, or I could go to 1.01. So I'm going to click Market Buy. I am going to then right-click on the order, go to Modify, And I said we're going to take 7 pips on this. 7 pips is 70 points. I just add an extra 0. I hit the copy as button. It does the math for me. And we'll use a 3-to-1 on this. So 7 pips, a 21 pip stop loss. And click the little red button. It does the math for me. Go to modify. And let's see here. Yeah, I think we're I'm just looking to see where the candles go. How it hasn't hit that it hasn't hit the stop loss in the last 2 weeks. So we shouldn't get stopped out. So we took a buy on the euro pound with a take profit for 7 pips, with a take profit of 0.84170 at 0.84170, a stop loss of 0.83892, 0.83892, and I expect this to close within the next 3 hours. If it doesn't close in the next 6 hours, I would give it serious. I would think about it, because then you're going into overnight, and as you go into overnight in Europe, the things change. So by the time you get to, by the time we get to like 1 o'clock our time, if this hasn't closed, I would reevaluate it. But as I said, I think it's going to close in the next 3 hours. All right, so let's see what else we have this morning. Australian dollar, yen, overbought. Majors are going up, minors are going down, so we don't have agreement. Euro, Canadian dollar, again, we're oversold. We don't have agreement between the majors and minors. Australian, New Zealand dollar, we are way overbought. Minors are coming down. Majors are starting to roll, but not quite there yet. Pound yen, we're just reaching oversold. Minors are sideways. Euro, Australian dollar, oversold. Everybody's going up, but I don't quite have the double cross here yet. Yeah, just barely. I like to see a stronger cross, and the slope of the green line is less than 45 degrees. I really want this to be more than 45 degrees. So we're going to pass on that. Canadian dollar, yen. So I've got another group of 6 pairs, different pairs. We're kind of in the middle of the channel. It's going sideways. Euro, New Zealand dollar, oversold. Minors are going up. Majors are sideways, so they're not quite there yet. Pound, New Zealand dollar. Minors are oversold, sideways. Majors are still coming down. New Zealand dollar, yen, oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross. Grays on top. Greens on top. Green line is just kind of at 45 degrees. The green line's entering the channel. I like that. When I jump up to my TNTs, thick orange line is going up, giving me a point, but the thin orange is going down or sideways, so nothing there. Thick blue is coming down, giving me a point. Dotted blue is going up, so I only have 2 of the 4 telling me agreeing with this. So I'm going to pass. And now you can see the red line is horizontal versus going up. So I want all the lines going up. Dollar USD oversold. Majors are sideways, so we're going to pass. Euro, Swiss franc. We've got disagreement between the majors and minors. Majors going up, minors going down, so nothing interesting there. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, overbought. Everybody's coming down. Double cross, reds on top, blacks on top. What I don't like about this is we've been overbought for a long time, 6 hours. And the steepness of the line isn't quite steep enough, the green line. I don't like the slope of the green line. And actually, even if the slope were all right, because it's kind of it's going up and down a little bit. The two blue lines are going down, which means buy. So neither of the blue lines agree, and only the thin orange agrees. So we're going to pass. Actually, the slope on this is okay now, but I don't like that it's been hanging out so long overbought. But we don't have enough on the TNTs to kind of agree with this. Swiss franc, yen, oversold, and kind of majors are kind of sideways. Euro yen, oversold. Majors are sideways. Pound Australian dollar, oversold. Everybody's going up. I do have the double cross. Green line is better than 45 degrees. Great Britain pound, Australian dollar. So we've got 3 points here. I prefer to see the green line closer to entering the channel. 2 orange lines going up, dotted blue coming down. So 3 of the 4 telling me buy. I've got down pressure, but green is on top. Let's take a look at what the 2 and the 4 hour are telling us. So Great Britain pound, AUD. Now we already have a pound trade. So this is what we were just looking at. Here we're oversold on the 2 hour, and we've been oversold for the 2, 4, 6, 8. 12 hours we've been oversold. Here we're oversold on the 4 hour. So it meets these 2 criteria. But here, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 hours we've been oversold. I'm trying to think here whether it's worth putting another one in our basket or not. You know what? I'm going to pass, since we already have 1 trade on the pound. By taking a second trade on the pound, we're kind of doubling up what we have. If this were kind of a non-pound, if it didn't have one of the pairs that we already have, I might consider this. I guess the last thing we could do is we could take a look at the support and resistance. So I scrunch up the chart so it gives me more data points to draw the line on. Now, if it's something I normally trade, I already have the support and resistance. So it's kind of stopped here. stopped in here and here, over here. Let's pick one above it. Kind of stopped in here, over here, right in here, over here, over here. So let's take a look. We've kind of been in a sideways trend for a while. And oops. We got 30 pips up. $60 pips down. This is a bit much, actually. I'm going to drop one more line in. Stopping in here. Stopping in here. You know, theoretically, I could even move this line up to here. That looks a little better. Oops. Let's go back and just take a look. We've gone into the new hour. Yeah, the flatness. Now we've lost the slope on it. So I'm glad we didn't take this. The red flag to me is that everything's been oversold for such a long time. Again, I want to catch things when they go up here and then they run through the channel and then turn. So we didn't have that. So we took one trade today on the euro pound. It was a 7 pip buy. Right now it's in the money, and I expect it to close in the next couple of hours. We have to take profit of 0.84170, and a stop loss of 0.83892. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. If you want to learn to trade or do anything, best way to do it is find somebody who's good at it and get them to teach you. It takes a lot of hassle of trying to figure things out yourself. With currency, there's just lots and lots and lots of information out there. There's lots of scammers out there. We've been doing this for 15 years. I've been doing it for 5. We've got a Better Business Bureau rating. And again, we're so confident that we can teach you, that we let you trade with our money and split what you make. All right. Thanks so much. Have a terrific weekend. I'll see you this afternoon when I send out the overnight trade. Bye-bye.